The SCP Foundation is built around one idea. There are things in this universe that do not follow the rules, and someone has to lock them away before they rewrite the world. Most SCPs are dangerous, strange, or deadly, but a few are on a completely different level. These are not just monsters. These are the kinds of anomalies that could wipe out every human being, not through simple violence, but by breaking the very systems that keep reality stable. Some of them are sealed gods. Some of them are ideas. Some of them are not even fully understood by the people trying to contain them. And the scariest part is this. In many SCP stories, humanity does not lose because it fought and failed. Humanity loses because it never even knew what it was fighting. Let's start with one of the most terrifying beings ever written in the SCP universe, SCP-2317. The Devourer of Worlds, SCP-2317, is not just a monster. It is described as a god-sized entity that exists beyond normal space, sealed inside a broken reality. The Foundation calls it the Devourer of Worlds, and that name is not metaphorical. This thing is meant to eat planets, dimensions, entire civilizations. It is currently trapped beneath a massive alien structure made of salt and symbols, held in place by 7 metaphysical chains. These are not physical chains you could touch with your hands. They are rules of reality itself, ancient laws that bind the creature and keep it from waking up. But here is the problem. Those chains are breaking. In the SCP files, the Foundation performs constant rituals to keep SCP-2317 asleep. These rituals are dark, secret, and morally horrifying. Not because they are evil for fun, but because without them, the creature wakes up. And if it wakes up, there is no war, no resistance, no heroic last stand. The Devourer does not conquer, it consumes. Whole continents disappear. Oceans dry up. Life becomes a resource, not a population. In some future timelines described in the lore, SCP-2317 escapes and turns Earth into a feeding ground. Reality itself bends around its presence like gravity around a black hole. This is not an extinction event. This is existence being eaten. SCP-3812, Reality's rogue thread, SCP-3812, is one of the most unsettling SCPs ever written because it does not act like a monster. It was once a human being, a normal man, until something happened and his mind slipped outside reality itself. Now SCP-3812 exists on multiple levels of existence at the same time. He is aware of fictional layers, narrative layers, and even the idea that he is written inside a story. That awareness drives him insane, but it also gives him power. He can rewrite reality, not in a dramatic way like lightning or explosions. He changes things retroactively. History edits itself. Events that already happened suddenly never happen. People vanish from memory and from time. Entire timelines collapse because SCP-3812 decides they are wrong. The Foundation cannot contain him because he exists above containment. Any attempt to stop him becomes part of the story he edits. The terrifying part is this. SCP-3812 is not trying to destroy the world. He is trying to escape suffering. But every time he moves, reality breaks a little more. If his mental state ever fully collapses, he could erase existence without even noticing. Not as an act of violence, as a side effect of trying to feel safe. Humanity would not die screaming. Humanity would simply never have existed. SCP-2935, Oh Death, SCP-2935 is one of the quietest apocalypse stories in the SCP universe. It begins with a small cave beneath a cemetery. Inside that cave is a tunnel, and at the end of that tunnel is another Earth. But on that Earth, everything is dead. Not ruined, not destroyed, just dead. People are frozen in place. Machines are turned off. Nuclear reactors are silent. Even bacteria does not exist. The planet is perfectly intact, but life itself has been switched off. The most disturbing detail is this. Even immortal SCP entities that cannot normally die are dead on that Earth. Something fundamental happened. Not a disease, not a bomb, not a god. Something turned off the concept of life itself, and now the portal is open. The Foundation sends explorers into SCP-2935, and they come back alive. But nobody knows what caused that world to die. And nobody knows if that same force could follow them back. The fear is simple. If the death effect spreads, it does not matter how advanced humanity becomes. It does not matter how strong our weapons are. You cannot fight a universe where life itself stops being allowed. SCP-001 Proposals. The ultimate threat. SCP-001 is not a single entry. It is dozens of different stories, each one pretending to be the real origin of the Foundation. And almost every SCP-001 proposal describes an apocalypse. Some versions describe a machine that creates and deletes realities like files on a computer. Some describe ancient gods that existed before time. Some describe humanity itself being the anomaly. The most famous SCP-001 entities include the Scarlet King, a god of suffering and destruction, the Gate Guardian, a being that stands at the edge of creation with a flaming sword, the Factory, a machine that builds horrors out of human bodies. Each SCP-001 proposal represents a different way reality could end. Not just Earth, everything. The SCP universe never tells you which one is real. That uncertainty is part of the horror, because it means the true apocalypse might already be in the files, hidden under fake stories, and nobody knows which one is lying. SCP-5000. Why? SCP-5000 is not about a monster. It is about a future where the SCP Foundation decides humanity must die. Every country is wiped out. Cities are destroyed. Refugees are hunted. The Foundation uses SCP weapons to erase the human race, and nobody knows why. The story follows a single man trying to understand what happened. He finds old logs, recordings, and documents. All of them point to the same thing. Something about humanity changed. Something inside the human mind became a threat to reality itself. The Foundation did not go evil. It went logical. They discovered something so dangerous inside human consciousness that extinction was the only solution. The implication is horrifying. Humanity itself might be the anomaly. And if that is true, then survival is not just impossible, it is wrong. SCP-169. The Leviathan beneath SCP-169 is one of the largest living entities in the SCP universe. It is so massive that most of its body is mistaken for islands and continents. It lives beneath the ocean, moving so slowly that humanity barely notices it exists. But when SCP-169 shifts, tectonic plates move. Earthquakes, tsunamis, coastlines vanish. Scientists believe SCP-169 is not fully grown. It is still developing. And if it ever wakes up completely, the planet might not survive the movement alone. No lasers, no monsters, no gods. Just one creature stretching its body and accidentally drowning civilization. Humanity would not lose in battle. It would be crushed under the weight of something too large to even recognize us. The Scarlet King. The Scarlet King is not a single SCP. He exists across multiple stories as a cosmic god of pain, control, and destruction. He feeds on suffering. He corrupts reality by existing. The Scarlet King does not need to attack Earth. His presence alone causes anomalies, monsters, and broken laws of physics to appear. In many stories, he is sealed behind rituals, symbols, and sacrifices. Entire cultures exist solely to keep him asleep. Because if the Scarlet King fully manifests, reality collapses. Not just Earth, not just humanity, everything. He is described as a being that predates creation and sees life as raw material. If he returns, existence becomes his playground. SCP-2000. The reset button, SCP-2000, is a massive underground machine designed to rebuild the world after it ends. That alone tells you everything you need to know. The Foundation does not ask if humanity will go extinct. It prepares for it. SCP-2000 can recreate Earth, restore ecosystems, and even rebuild human civilization from genetic data and stored memories. It has been used before, which means humanity has already been wiped out in SCP canon. More than once. The machine exists because there are anomalies so powerful that extinction is not a question of if. It is when. SCP-2000 is not a weapon. It is an admission of failure. Memetic and Cognitohazard pandemics. Some SCPs do not attack the body. They attack the mind. Memetic anomalies are ideas that infect people, thoughts that spread like viruses, symbols that change behavior, sounds that erase free will. Imagine a thought that makes humans lose the desire to survive, or an image that causes mass suicide, or a belief that spreads so fast it collapses society. No monster needed, just information. In SCP lore, entire civilizations have collapsed because of ideas that could not be unlearned. Humanity does not die from violence. It dies from losing the will to exist. Reality restructuring anomalies. The final category is the most terrifying. Anomalies that rewrite the rules of reality itself. These are called CK class or VK class scenarios. Events where physics breaks, time loops collapse, cause and effect stop working. In these stories, humans do not die. They stop making sense. Gravity reverses, space folds into itself. The concept of identity dissolves. Reality becomes incompatible with life. There is no enemy, there is no event. Existence itself glitches, and humanity fades out like a corrupted file. The real horror of SCP. The scariest thing about SCP is not the monsters. It is the pattern. Humanity is never the strongest force in the universe. We are always one anomaly away from extinction. And most of the time, we do not even know the countdown has started. In SCP, the end does not come with fire, it comes with paperwork. A report, a breach, a file marked too late. If this messed with your head, the next video goes even deeper into the SCP that already ended the world and nobody noticed.